Hello, and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I am so excited for this interview. I say this all the time, but when it's an old client of mine, I'm like extra excited. So Colleen is here, and not only is she a client, but she's also a trainer and she trains other people. And so like, it's so cool. I've just like, even when she decided to join the program in the beginning, I was just like so inspired by that. It's just like so awesome because people look up to you, and to just be able to take responsibility and be like, you know what, I'm human too. And just because I'm a trainer doesn't mean I can't work on my nutrition. Like there's just like, it was just so powerful. So I'm super excited to have her here. So Colleen is going to talk about her experience in the program and really kind of just share with you and then like, we'll go through a bunch of questions and that's really it. So Colleen, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I've been super excited. I've been looking forward to this since we scheduled it.
Yeah.
Telling everyone about it.
I'm excited. I'm so happy to have you here. So before we jump into kind of the meeting of the conversation, maybe just share a little bit about yourself with our listeners.
Cool. So obviously my name's Colleen. I've been working at Orange Theory as a coach since 2016. So the end of 2016. So about 4.5 years,
wow.
Which is awesome. I actually went to school for exercise science and health promotion, and then became a trainer at Equinox right after I graduated. So and then I never thought that's where I was going to land at all. So just been, in the fitness field. I was an athlete growing up my whole life. I played basketball in college. It was just kind of like the lifestyle that I was used to. And it's funny, one of my friends just started taking Orange Theory, and she's like, you fell right into the perfect field for you. She's like, just playing basketball with you, I know this is perfect for you.
That's awesome.
So I started as a regular Orange Theory coach at a corporate studio in the city. And then actually one of my members there, who's now the owner of Tuckahoe, asked me to come to Westchester and be the head coach there. So I've been the head coach at Tuckahoe since we opened in 2019.
Yeah. And you do such a good job. I happen to go to that Orange Theory location. And I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. All the trainers are awesome. You do a really great job.
We have a good crew.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. All right. So let's talk about kind of the meet and greet of why you decided to even do the program. So for those who are listening, if you're new to my podcast and you don't know what it looks like to work with me, or now I hired other dietitians. So to work with one of us, it's a 6-month minimum commitment. And we really just help you to find balancing your eating habits, and everybody that comes in with a different goal to work on. So Colleen, why don't you tell us what the main challenge or obstacle it was that you had that you were looking to solve?
I feel like there was one little spark, and it was the fact that we were 6 months out from my wedding. So it was about end of September, October when I had reached out, and it was just that was my fire starter. But there was so much before that, working in the fitness industry, I feel like there's so much pressure to look a certain way and, to have that specific persona. And, with Instagram and social media, everyone is always, being an influencer, and you have to look like this and know this. And it's really, it puts the pressure on you, and you don't think it ever will. And I think coming from that athlete lifestyle growing up too, we were practicing 3-hour practices twice a day. So I was constantly on the move. I was burning thousands and thousands of calories just, with all of that. So I could really get away with eating whatever was at my disposal, and, getting out of that. And I think with quarantine, not moving as much, I always thought I know how to fix this. You've taken nutrition classes before, and it just got to the point where I went away with my friends. And I came back and I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to do it. I know this is what I need. You haven't fixed it for yourself in the last 29 years. So you might as well reach out to someone that knows how to do it. It's okay to ask for help, even as someone that helps people.
Yeah, that was really big of you. And it's so true. And I'm proud of you for recognizing that you said for 29 years, you haven't been able to figure it out. And believe it or not, there's people that take a lot longer than that.
Right.
Always trying to try again. But you just saved your the whole rest of your life, so much less worry, stress, time, and energy, because you finally got to the root of what it is that you needed to do for you.
Yeah. It was so huge. Awesome. Someone even said it the other day. They're like, did you reach your goal? And I was like, well, I don't even know if there was a goal anymore. It's just I just want to keep it up.
Yeah. Because it's about committing to a healthier lifestyle. So you've made progress, but you're always going to be a work in progress, really. If you're not growing, there's always something that you could be working on, and it doesn't necessarily need to be, weight related or scale focused or anything like that, but it could just be like adding more nutrient dense foods. Like it doesn't become, it can always be a little bit exciting.
Yeah. It's not like a start and a finish line. It's just like a
Yeah.
continuous thing.
Yeah. So maybe can you give us a little bit more specifics? Like what specifically wasn't working on your own?
I mean, I went in and I said, like, I'm a snacker. Like, I don't eat meals. Like, I can't really eat a big meal. Like, I'm pretty much like grab, snack, and go. I was very picky growing up. Like, all I ate was peanut butter and jelly, yogurt, and like grilled cheese. And, after a while, that's not really what you can live off of. And I really was like afraid to dabble in other things. And I think just, like, getting out of that mindset, like that I am this, but I could be something else. And I was always pigeonholing myself. Well, like, you don't eat meals, you snack. That's why.
Isn't that funny? Because I'm pretty positive that when you graduated, I don't know if it's still the case. I mean, when did you graduate? Like less than a month ago, maybe.
I think
maybe
so. Yeah.
I think it's literally been actually a month because I remember we had your last call when I was in my trip, which was a month ago. So yeah, that's crazy. So it's been a month. But when you graduated, like snacking was like minimal. Like you were mostly eating wholesome meals and you occasionally had a snack when you felt like you needed it.
Right. And like before that, it was like I'd have like a bagel for breakfast and then like 45 like I'd be like, how many snacks can I bring to work today? As opposed to like, why don't you make a meal for yourself?
Well, because you're so busy, like being a trainer, having classes back to back. So our brain sometimes can't even see the obvious because what seems obvious to you is what you're used to doing. And because your schedule was the way that it was, sometimes that's what is helpful with working with a professional or just working with somebody else, is just like that outside perspective to be like, okay, it actually probably would benefit you more to have wholesome meals so you can do your work without having to be focusing on like, oh, when can I get my next snack? I need this. I need to eat this now because I have a class to teach. Like, then food's always on your mind rather than just like eating and working and then eating it again rather than thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, that's how, I mean, when I was in the city coaching, that's how it was. Cause I would coach and then I'd come home, I'd like work out and then I'd have to go coach basketball. So I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna grab this granola bar and this like handful of goldfish. And like, there was like nothing sustainable. It was all like, it solved like an issue for an hour. And then I was like, I'm starving again.
Right. So, all right. So let's talk about, maybe you mentioned kind of trying things on your own. I don't remember if you did any other sort of programs or before, but what did we implement that was different than something that you've ever tried before? And when did you realize that?
I would say the pre-planning and like prepping everything and like giving myself the, you're going to have this X, Y, and Z for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that way I knew what I was looking forward to for the day. So I knew I wasn't like going to have to run somewhere to go grab a snack or like, do I have time? Like you have set food for the day. I think that was like the biggest thing because I was always worried, what am I going to do for lunch? Like breakfast and dinner, I knew I was going to have that, but I was always ill prepared for lunch or like not prepared. So I think that was the first thing that we put in that was like, okay, well, make sure you have a lunch.
Yeah. Right. And I do remember that. That was the very first thing. And then obviously it translated into other things. So as you're saying, we planned for everything. It's not like we planned breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, like for your whole day and every week, in the first week of the program, right? We started with just lunches and then we built off of that. And then eventually became really clear that it doesn't need to be perfect. You don't have to like meal prep everything and put it in like perfectly portioned, like airtight containers. You just had to know what your options were. If you needed to get to the grocery store, I remember that was one thing.
Right. Like I was stressed out. Do I have enough? Like, am I going to be okay?
Yeah. And I think that's a good lesson for people, guys. Planning is more than 50% of the battle. Like more than, I've heard a quote, I think it's like planning's half the battle. Planning is, I think, more than that, because there's something that happens in like another part of our brain that like tells our subconscious, like when we're thinking things through, then it just makes it easier for us. So planning is everything.
Literally life-changing.
It really is. It really is.
It's funny because I do it in every other part of my life when I go away. I make a list of all the things I need. So like, it was just funny that was the one portion of my life that I was like, oh, I guess we're not going to plan this. We're just going to wing it.
Yeah. Well, but that's often very common, right? It's because when you are such a planner, there's other things that in your mind take precedence, that it's like, oh, I don't have the time to plan. Like sometimes it's like a rebellion. I know I've had clients in the past that it's like, I just like want one thing that I don't have to worry about or care about. And like the logic sort of makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because we all know that when you're not clear about what foods you want to eat for you and then you follow through with it, you don't feel good about your choices.
Yeah,
so it's like worse. A catch 22. Like it doesn't actually work, you know? So yeah. So the last, there's more questions, but one question I wanted to ask is, what was the outcome that we achieved together that you're the most proud of?
I would say feeling confident in myself. Because I think the big thing is like, and you harped on that in our first phone call, was like body image. Like I want you said flat off the bat, like I want you to know, like we're not going in here so that way you come out of this with like a six pack and this and that. Like that's not what I'm here for. And you helped change my mindset on like feeling proud and confident in like who I am and what I look like, and good days, bad days. Like I'm able to recognize like the difference in the both, but still like really, really appreciate myself.
I'm crying. I'm not like I'm gonna not cry, but I'm kind of crying. Okay. Yeah, like amazing. That is just, yeah, it's just everything. I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
It's funny because Morgan says it all the time, which is my fiance. He's like, you look amazing, like blah, blah, blah. And I'd always be like, yeah, you have to say that. But like, now it's like that internal reflection, like, no, you do actually look amazing. Like,
yes. Oh, that's huge. That's big, because I think that women definitely struggle with that a lot. Like their partner loves them and appreciates them at all sizes. And they're just like, what? No, I have to look this way in order to be able to accept that. It's like, I love that you're able to now accept that.
Yeah. And that's now I'll bring it to his attention, be like, did you see that? And he's like, yeah, I've been telling you that for years. And I'm like, okay, well, I see it now.
Amazing. Oh, that's so great. So I always ask this question. So the next question I'm going to ask you, I have to ask because I think so many people are on the fence when it comes to hiring a dietitian, joining our program, but they're maybe skeptical just because of maybe things that they've done in the past. Like, were you skeptical at all?
No, I think I was just like, I've seen everything on social media. I know it's not like, I know the quick fixes don't work. And I don't know if that's just part of like my background, knowing that. And
well, you are in the fitness industry. So yeah, you probably heard and learned that and knew it was like, a lie very early on. Yeah.
So I was like, I just know it's like, why not ask someone that like, this is your job. Like you're the professional. Why am I going to try and do it myself when I don't have that? Like, I don't have that degree. I don't have that certification. Why not utilize someone that has it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know how that feels firsthand. Like if someone went to like hired someone that wasn't actually a trainer to like teach them how to work out, like, oh my God, that just sounds like.
I even like working out with other coaches because I'm like, great, you know what you're doing too. And sometimes I just want to shut my brain off and have someone tell me what to do.
Yeah, totally. It's the accountability, right? Yeah. Like that's like a huge component too.
Yeah. So I think like the thing, I was just like, it wasn't even like, I literally left and one of my friends was like, you seemed really off that weekend, the weekend I had gone away. And I was like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm not like in a great space right now. I was like, I'm going to apply for a dietitian. And she was like, that was literally out of left field. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's one quality about you, Colleen. And I think anybody who's listening, you need to have this attitude is when you put your mind to something, you do it and you follow through with it. And if you are working with the right professional, that's the best attitude to have.
Yeah.
Like that is literally
that knows you.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So what would you say now to someone who was maybe interested in joining the program and maybe they needed a little bit of a push, a motivation? Like, what would you say to them?
I mean, why not? Like what's holding you back from doing it? If you want the results, you want to make the changes, you want to feel better, why would you not just do it? Like that's what you want. What's holding you back from getting to that? You're already here and you want to get here. You're putting a roadblock there. Like this is you. It's an investment in yourself and not just your physical health. It's your mental health. Like I said all the time, that I was like, I feel like you're literally part therapist. Like we would talk about things not food related, like more often than not. And like, I feel like that was the biggest part of it. And like, just like trusting the process, like it's so worth it. And, I mean, we've had a bunch of people that have asked me that and I was like, yeah, go do it. Like, I did it. I thought it was great. Like, I mean, I'm happy. It's just worth investing in yourself. And I mean, I think that's the most important thing because you only have one body, one mind, one soul. So if you don't, put all of yourself into that, you're not going to get any positive results from it.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much for that. That was really powerful. Is there any last minute, maybe tips, questions, comments? Oh, it's okay. We love animals here. My cats are, I'm surprised they're quiet right now.
Sawyer, shh. So dramatic.
That's okay. Sawyer, maybe can he make an appearance? He's really cute.
Yeah, he is really cute. Hey, come here, Sawyer. Sawyer, come here. He hears the other dogs barking on the street. So he's like, what about me?
Well, yeah. So if you're listening to this on the audio, if you're listening to the podcast, then you won't be able to see Sawyer, but hopefully Sawyer comes over, and those who are watching it on YouTube, or if
you can follow his Instagram, The Adventures of Sawyer.
Am I following? I didn't know if he had an Instagram. I've got to follow him. He's so cute. Oh my God. Like,
he's sitting like nice and proud in front of the door right now. So can you say hi? Can you say hi?
Oh my God, he's the best. He's getting so big.
My mom just said it. She was like, I think he got taller since yesterday. She's like, I saw him yesterday and he's like 3 inches taller.
Oh my God, they grow so fast.
And he's only 4 months. So we're in for a real treat with him.
Yeah, he's going to be big.
Yeah.
He's going to be big. Huge. Oh my God. So cute. So cute. Awesome. All right. Any last minute comments, tips, whatever you want? The floor is yours. Any last minute things you want to share with our listeners?
I feel like my biggest thing is like, I owe you a thanks, because like I wouldn't be here and like, you know, in such like a good mindset and like helping people. I mean, my job is to motivate people, but I feel like I'm in such a better place because you were able to help me. So I can't thank you enough for that. And it goes back to like that. It's okay to ask for help. Like I'll always say that, like, it's okay to ask for help. I joke around all the time. Now he wants to be in it more. I tell my mom, I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed. Can you help me with this? And she's like, you're so dramatic, but like, we're joking. But I'm like, just ask for help. Like it's totally okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the key to overwhelm. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take some deep breaths, ask for help, and then the rest, do what you got to do for you. Like obsessing over what you need to do and worrying about it and trying to do it on your own, it's not going to get things done any faster.
Right. And there's no shame in asking for help. What's the worst thing that someone's going to do? Say no. Okay. So you're in no worse of a position than you were before.
Very good point. Very, very good point. This is amazing. Colleen, I am so grateful for you. Thank you so much for trusting me in this process. And, I'm so excited to be back now. I'm back officially. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. Officially back at Orange Theory.
Yes, feeling we get increased capacity soon. More people.
Yeah. If you guys have never done Orange Theory, I don't know where you're from, where you're listening to this, but it is a really great workout. Maybe we'll have you back to talk about it. I don't know if we can. Yeah, I'm sure maybe talk to the manager of the store. I don't know like who you need to talk to be approved for that, but I'm sure it's probably fine.
They could probably just say, go ahead. It's at your discretion.
Yeah. So you know what? While we're here, why not? Why do we need to schedule another? Why don't you quickly just tell people? Let's do a quick little plug-in.
Give our little we have a 30-second pitch, but like essentially it's a 1 hour, total body workout. You're getting cardio, you're getting strength, you're getting power. There's treadmills, water rowers, a lot of equipment on the weight floor. It's heart rate based. So coaches like myself are there. We get to know you. We get to know your heart rate and your response to workouts and exercises. So we can know if you're over or under training. We know how, we can push you a little bit more. It's so much fun. It's group personal training. So yes, while there's 30 people in a class, you get that one-on-one attention because, a third of the class is on the treadmill, the rowers, and then a third is on the weight floor. So you're able to make that connection and really make sure everyone's safe and having a good time. And there's a big screen with everyone's names on it, and it lights up in all of our heart rate zones and the goals to hit, a certain amount of points in 2 different zones. And, as soon as you do it, the whole class is cheering for you. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't feel like a workout.
It goes by so fast, especially now because of the way they have to space it because of COVID regulations. You basically you're on the treadmill for 15 minutes, you're on the rower for 15 minutes, you do strength training for about 15 minutes, and then you have stretch it. It goes by so fast.
The creator of Orange Theory, Ellen Latham, which I've met a couple of times, she's an angel, literally calls Orange Theory the workout multivitamin. Endurance, strength, power, you get everything. You know, you can go there 3 times a week and you don't need to do anything else. You can supplement with other stuff. It's like, if you have never tried it, I definitely recommend it. It's all walks of life. My parents go.
Yeah. Cause you don't have to run on the treadmill. You can walk on the treadmill.
There's a bike or an elliptical you can use if you have any like orthopedic issues. It's like you could be on a treadmill next to like an Olympic athlete and then like be power walking, and you're getting the same workout, the same results. And especially males, don't be afraid of group fitness because it's worth it.
Is it more predominantly females that join?
Most group fitness is female. I feel like, you know, it's like a stigma for males not to do it.
Interesting.
Where I tell everyone my dad does it. He's 6'4" and he's a fireman. He actually just had a hip replacement and he was like doing everything up until the day before his surgery. So like he can do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
And he loves it. Like he's like, I'm going to plan all my classes. Like he's dying to get back.
Yeah. And they also have a strategy where you sign up for classes beforehand. I think that's it's helpful with accountability.
Yeah. Because there's a late charge. If you don't show up, you either lose the class or you get charged. So it's like, oh, I didn't want to go today, but I don't want to get charged. So I might as well get up and get out of bed.
Yeah. So good. So good. Thank you for sharing that. I totally just put you on the spot.
That's okay. I feel like I do it all the time.
I did that in our group call. So in the 6 months of food freedom program that I have that Colleen participated in, we have group calls in addition to the one-on-one coaching. And Colleen was on one of the group calls and she basically just chatted about I was like, just go for it. People were asking questions. I'm like, just talk about our experience.
I'm like actually heard they'd be like, you didn't do the 30-second pitch. I'm like, no, I just wing it. Like I say, it was from the heart. Like been long enough. Everyone knows, you know.
No, definitely. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you again, Colleen.
Thank you.
Anybody that is listening, if you were motivated, inspired by Colleen's story and you can resonate with her, whether it was that you were an athlete in college and now you're not as active anymore, whether it's just wanting to feel confident in your body, whether you're a trainer yourself and you've been afraid to ask for help, whatever it is, please, there's no shame. Just apply. Go to www.tipswithtony.com/coaching. There's a video about my program. Fill out the application below it. You can schedule your discovery call there, and basically we'll get on a call and we'll see if you would be a good fit. And I'm actually now working with other dietitians. So you would be assigned a dietitian and we kind of would collaborate and working together, but you'd be working with one of the dietitians, but I oversee the whole process. So you'll still get the same experience that Colleen got amongst all the other people that have gone through the program. So I highly encourage you to go to www.tipswithtony.com/coaching to apply today.
Do it. All right. It's so worth it. One of the best decisions I've ever made. Thanks, and that's Colleen. Not sarcastic. It really is. I talk about you all the time.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Colleen has referred a lot of people to me and now they're thriving. I honestly like,
I feel like we're like a little crew. We all text about it and we're like, did you do this and this?
That's really funny. I did not know that actually.
Yeah, we literally all went out like a couple weeks ago and like, you know, me and a couple other people and we were literally, I think for like 45 minutes, we were talking about like our experiences and like stuff like that.
That makes me happy.
The impact is beyond just like the one person.
Well, but that's the thing. It affects, and that's like where we can kind of wrap this up and kind of just, it affects your relationship, right? It affects, you know, the people that you coach. It affects your coworkers. It affects just people that you know. And then it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I do what I do. It's not just to help the one person that I'm working with one-on-one, because there's a lot of people and I could work and help the masses, but that's why I hired other RDs, because I truly believe that one-on-one is like the fastest way to get to where you want to go. And then that's going to help other people. And then it translates to the many. But I think that, you know, people who know you or who are in your circle, they're being influenced by just the person that you are. And they're looking up to you and they're motivated and inspired by you. And that is enough to help them to inspire to elicit, you know, behavior change. And
even if it's the smallest thing, like people ask me all the time, they're like, you know, what does Tony say to do? And I was like, well, we're very specific about me, but like, you know, like this is like the generic idea that she says about this type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Colleen, I love you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Oh, wait, where can people find you? Maybe if they want to connect with you, ask you questions, if you're okay with sharing. I'm
on Instagram at col_stew, COL_STEW. If you want, Sawyer's linked in there too. The Adventures of Sawyer somewhere in there.
Amazing.
Or you can catch me on I think it's OTF Tuckahoe Instagram as well. Either one of those, I'm all over those because I just have no shame in putting myself out there. So
yeah, it's
I'm
amazing.
constantly making myself, in all these weird Instagram posts for the studio. So catch me there.
Amazing.
If you do Orange Theory anywhere, tag us, let us know.
Yes. Yeah. If this inspired you to either apply or to do an Orange Theory workout, let us know. So take a screenshot of this episode, share it on your story, tag me, tag Colleen. Colleen's link, I'll put it in the show notes. But it was at COL_STEW. Okay. So tag us, and then I'm tips_with_Tony with an I, or the Tips with Tony podcast, and let us know what resonated with you. Let us know if this inspired you to do a workout, especially an Orange Theory workout. And just let us know your takeaways. If you're not already subscribed to the Tips with Tony podcast, definitely hit that subscribe button. A new episode comes out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And when you're subscribed, you don't miss a beat. So as always, this is Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.